Hi, it's Sarah. This week reminded me what this is all about. And it's not romance or drama or complicated relationships. It's about me and Leo. And honestly, I needed that reminder. Thank you for being here. For those just joining, I'm Sarah, single mom to 4-year-old Leo, just trying to figure out life one day at a time.
So, let me tell you about this week.
Monday started my second week in the new role at work, and I was feeling confident. I had meetings scheduled, a project plan ready, everything organized. And then at 10 a.m., my phone rang. The preschool. Ms. Sarah, Leo has a fever of 102. You need to come pick him up. My stomach dropped. I looked at my calendar. I had a presentation to the executive team in 2 hours. My first big presentation in this new role. I'll be right there. I went to Jennifer's office, trying not to panic. Jennifer, I'm so sorry, but Leo is sick and I have to pick him up. The presentation. She held up her hand. Family first, Sarah. Always. Can you send me your slides? I'll present for you. Are you sure? Positive. Go take care of your son. I picked up Leo from preschool. He was burning up, clingy, miserable. Miss Amy handed me his backpack and said gently, "He's been asking for you all morning." We got home, and I set him up on the couch with his favorite blanket, Mr. Trunk, and cartoons. I took his temperature again. 103 now. I called the pediatrician. They couldn't see him until tomorrow. I gave him medicine, made him soup he didn't eat, held him while he cried because he didn't feel good. And the whole time, I was thinking about work, about the presentation I was missing, about letting my team down. Mrs. Chen must have heard us through the wall because she knocked around lunchtime. I heard little one crying. He's sick. Yeah, fever. I'm keeping an eye on it. She disappeared and came back 10 minutes later with a thermos of ginger tea and rice porridge. For Leo, very gentle on stomach. And for you, tea. You look tired. I am tired. I had this important presentation at work and, Sarah. She looked at me seriously. Work will always be there. Leo is sick today. Today you are mama. Tomorrow you are worker again. This is how it is. She was right, of course. That night, Leo's fever spiked to 104. I was about to take him to the emergency room when it finally broke. He fell asleep in my arms at 2 a.m., sweaty but cooler. I sat there holding him, exhausted, and I thought about something. In that moment, there was no David to call, no Jake to help, no partner to share the burden. Just me, like it's always been. And you know what? I handled it, because that's what I do. Tuesday, Leo was better but still needed to stay home. I worked from my laptop while he colored at the kitchen table, still weak, but improving. Patricia texted me. How's Leo? How are you? He's better. I'm exhausted. I missed the presentation yesterday. Jennifer said you did great, send her the slides. And Sarah, this is life.
Kids get sick.
You handled it. But I didn't feel like I handled it. I felt like I was barely holding it together. Wednesday, Leo went back to preschool. I dropped him off, and Miss Amy pulled me aside. Sarah, I wanted to mention, Leo has been talking a lot about his family lately, asking questions about different types of families. What kind of questions? Mostly just trying to understand. He told the class yesterday that he has a mama and a daddy now, but his daddy lives somewhere else. The other kids were asking questions, and he seemed a bit overwhelmed. My heart sank. I'll talk to him. That evening, I asked Leo about it while we were having dinner. Miss Amy said you were talking about family at school? He nodded, pushing his pasta around. Marcus said his family is bigger than mine because he has a mommy and a daddy in his house. But I said I have you and Mrs. Chen and Mr. Rodriguez and now David. And that's absolutely true. We have a big family, just a different kind. But Mama. He looked up at me with those eyes. Why doesn't David live with us if he's my daddy?
This.
This is the hard part. The questions I can't fully answer because they're complicated and he's 4. David and I aren't together, buddy. We're not a couple. But he cares about you very much. Did he used to live with us?
No, baby.
It's complicated grown-up stuff. He was quiet for a moment. I'm glad it's just you and me here. I like our home. I hugged him tight, fighting back tears. Thursday at work, I finally gave that presentation, rescheduled for the executive team. And you know what? It went well. Really well. Jennifer told me afterward that they were impressed.
See?
Told you everything would work out, she said. But that night, I got the credit card bill. Leo's medicine, the missed workday, the groceries, everything adding up. Even with the raise, money is still tight. It's always going to be tight. I sat at my kitchen table doing the math, trying to figure out how to make it all work, and I felt that familiar pressure in my chest. This is my life. Managing fevers and presentations and bills and questions about family. Doing it all alone while trying to convince myself and everyone else that I'm fine. There was a knock on my door. Mr. Rodriguez. Sarah, I was going to the store. You need anything? Such a simple question. But in that moment, it meant everything. Actually, yeah. We're out of milk and bread. No problem. Be right back. 20 minutes later, he returned with milk, bread, and a bag of Leo's favorite cookies that I didn't ask for. How much do I owe you? Nothing. Consider it a thank you for inspiring me to teach guitar. First class was last Saturday. 6 kids. It was amazing. After he left, I thought about what Mrs. Chen said, about how I can't do everything alone, but I don't have to. I have this community. These people who show up with soup when Leo is sick and buy cookies without being asked and watch him when I need help. This weekend, Leo has another park visit with David scheduled. And honestly, I'm glad. Not because I need David, but because Leo deserves to know his father. But this week taught me something important. David being back doesn't complete our family. We were already complete. And Jake? He texted asking about a second date. I haven't responded yet, because right now I need to focus on what matters.
Leo.
Work. Building this life we have. Everything else can wait. Thank you for being here, for listening to the real stuff. The fevers and the bills and the hard questions. This is what single motherhood looks like. Not romance or drama, but daily survival mixed with small, beautiful moments. If this resonates with you, please subscribe and share. Because we're all just doing our best and knowing we're not alone making all the difference. I'll be back soon.